Before starting the story, I request you to subscribe to our channel and give your valuable feedback. One day, while exploring, we came across a place called Dikhirpar. The place was full of nature. It was full of green trees all around. It was exactly what we wanted. That's why we loved this place. We used to sit in front of Dikhirpar with my friend Ashir. We used to camp there, but we never got to see the beauty of nature in Dikhirpar. Apart from that, we used to fish there. After a few days, we started wondering why there is no one in such a beautiful place. Why no one comes here? We used to wonder why there is no one to fish here. And from this, we started to know about Dikhirpar. And from this, I told my friend to talk to the people of the neighboring village. Since Dikhirpar was in the middle of the jungle, we decided to go to a nearby village. Luckily, we met an old man. He wanted to know everything about Dikhirpar. After listening to him, we started to get excited. Let me tell you about Dikhirpar. Dikhirpar is 5 to 7 kilometers away from my house. It is a huge village. There are many forests and trees around Dikhirpar. We can go to a village to Dikhirpar. We went there to hear the story about Dikhirpar. There is an old mosque in Dikhirpar for 6 months in a year, and the rest of the 6 months is dry here, and no one can be seen. We got to know about Dikhirpar. One day, 2 brave men crossed the dense forest of Dikhir and went to a neighboring village to talk to an old man. Assalamu alaikum, uncle. He greeted us with a smile. We asked him where his house was. He smiled and said, "This is the village, uncle. I have something to tell you. If you don't mind, tell me, uncle." "Uncle, do you know the beautiful Daigir across the forest?" "I want to talk to you about Daigir." After hearing this, his smile was as if he had been struck by lightning. I asked him, "What happened, uncle?" He replied, "I can't do anything about Daigir, and you can't go to Dikhirpar. You might get into trouble." After hearing this, we started to doubt him. We also wanted to talk to him. After a while, we started to tease him. He tried to tell us about Daigir. But after a while, he agreed to talk to us. The incident happened 20 to 25 years ago. 20 to 25 years ago, Daigir was very beautiful. Many people visited Daigir, but my friend Jalal and I, after an incident, after that day, no one visited Daigir. Not many people visited Daigir, only places for fish. From today, from 23 to 25 years ago, a boy named Jalal, who was my friend, used to work in Daigir. He had a son. His name was Habib. He was his younger brother. Jalal used to work in a place a little far from our village. It was late at night, and people didn't want to go there even during the day, because if you want to go there, you have to cross a forest. And everyone was scared to be in the middle of the forest. Jalal still worked on the hill on that side, because fish was farmed on that side at that time. On one side of the farm, there was a huge tree. Under that tree, there were many hills. And Jalal used to work under those hills. On that night, Jalal was coming home after work. At that time, his younger brother Habib was with him. Jalal went home and left Habib there. After a while, when Jalal left, Habib was alone. At that time, Habib was sitting there and thinking about going home. When he started to go home, suddenly he heard a sound. He thought it was a wild animal. Suddenly, the ground started to tremble. He became scared and sat down there. Then he saw a huge shadow behind him. He turned back and saw that there was nothing there. Still, the ground was trembling. When he looked back again, he saw that the shadow was coming towards him. In a moment, that shadow came in front of him. He was so scared that he closed his eyes. He couldn't even scream. Just then, he opened his eyes. He saw that there was nothing there. He stood up and started to run towards the road. He was scared because the ground was trembling all the time. When he reached the road, he started to walk towards home. Then suddenly, the ground started to tremble again. Habib got scared and started to run. He kept running until he reached the field of his neighbor's house. His neighbor saw him running and asked him what happened. At that time, Habib couldn't speak. He was scared and just pointed towards the direction of the forest. When his neighbor saw Habib in that state, he thought something serious must have happened. He asked him to calm down and asked him to come home. At that time, Habib's condition was very bad. He was scared and could not speak properly. When he finally calmed down, his neighbor asked him what happened. Then Habib told him everything. After hearing this, his neighbor became scared and asked him not to go there again. He took Habib to his house and gave him food and water and made him comfortable. After some time, Habib became normal and felt that there was nothing to be afraid of. He thought that maybe it was a wild animal. So he thanked his neighbor and returned home. Next day, he told everything to his father. J-Lo asked him not to go there again, but Habib did not listen to him. He went there again. When he went there, he did not find anyone. When he came back, he told his father that he did not find anyone there. His father was worried for him and asked him not to go there again. But Habib wanted to find out what it was. He went there for the third time. At that time, his friend was with him. When they went there, they found footprints of a huge animal. They got scared and started to think what kind of animal it was. They